Hi everyone, this is Lindsay from Not So Wimpy Teacher, and I'm here today to help you out with some tips for Google Classroom. I'm going to model for you today how you can assign an activity using Google Slides and using a resource that you likely already have that maybe you purchased from TPT by inserting some PDFs. So we're going to go ahead and get started today by going into my Google Classroom. At the top, you can see your stream, classwork, your students, and grades. We're going to go ahead when you want to add an assignment. We're going to go to classwork. And this is where you will add in new work for your students to do. So here's my create button. And we're doing an assignment today. Be sure you give your assignment a title. That will help you later on when you are ready to grade the assignment. We're going to work on helping verbs today. Oops. And make sure you give your students instructions. The more detail, the better, especially in this time. It may save you some time later when they start reaching out to you. So I might just type in some quick directions here. Okay, this is just a real quick generic one just to show you what to do. For example, I might make a video or I might meet my students in Zoom and give them a lesson on helping verbs. And then I'll tell them that inside Google Classroom, they have an assignment to complete by the end of the week where they need to type in examples of helping verbs and action verbs. You can do two things. You can add assignments or you can create assignments. Today I'm going to show you how to create assignments. So instead of the add button, we're going to go here to create. And we're going to go ahead and do it in slides. Okay, right now it gives us just an untitled blank slide presentation. I want to make sure that students each have a copy. So make a copy for each student. And then I need to actually create the activity. So go ahead and click on that. Okay, here's our slide. We want to get rid of all of the extra boxes are already in there, and we want to change the size to a regular 8.5 by 11 form, like our PDFs come in that we hand out to our students, our papers. So go to File, go to Page Setup, and go to Custom, and this will be 8.5 by 11. Okay, the next thing you want to do is find the activity in your documents that you want students to be working on. So I'm just going to minimize that screen and I have it pulled up. Oh, I did. My documents. Okay, so find your resource. Let's see, we're doing helping verbs. And I said we wanted to open up our Tuesday interactive notebook activity. Okay, so here's the PDF that is available in our grammar units. All Tuesday activities are interactive notebook pages. And obviously I don't want to give them the whole thing. I don't want to just email this out to students because they can then have the answer key right underneath it. I just want them to get this first page that typically they would be adding into their interactive notebook. Depending on your type of computer is how I would suggest I would suggest to just screenshot this image. It would be the easiest way to save it. From a MacBook, it's just Shift-Command-4, and I only want this section. Click and drag, and it will save it to my desktop. Other computers, you may have to use the snipping tool, the paint tool, whatever resources you use to screenshot an image on your computer. Okay, so that's saved onto my computer now. And we're going to head back to our presentation here. Now we want that image that I just made a screenshot of to be the background. So go to background. We want to choose the image. We're uploading it, so we want to browse. It's on my desktop. That's where it's saved automatically. Screenshot. Okay, I can see it behind my screen here, helping verbs, so it is done. Okay, as you can see now, it's just an image. There's nothing that students can do in here. So I need to add in a text box for my students to type in their answers. So let's go to File, Insert, Text Box. And typically in an interactive notebook, they would be cutting and gluing in words right underneath. Today, they are going to be typing their answers here. Oops, not there. Type your answers. You can easily paste that same box or do it again, whatever is easiest for you. Just repeat those steps that I did in the first box for this box. Okay, you can always make it fancy, change the color so it's easy for students to see. That might help them, decide where they need to type, whatever is easiest for you. Okay, this saves automatically. All changes saved in Drive. You do want to give it a title though. Right now it says Untitled Presentation. I'm going to go ahead and type in helping verbs here to make sure that later on when I'm ready to grade it, I can easily find it. Okay, that's done. So my students know when they get this resource that they will type in their answers from these words below based on the directions that I shared with them in the original assignment. Okay. Over here, you're going to decide the point value. You can decide when it's due. You can decide who receives it. So let's say you only want a couple of students. You click their names. And you're going to go ahead and assign. It should be pretty quick based on your internet speed. Okay, and here it is, helping verbs has been assigned in my Google Classroom and it is due tomorrow. All right, I'm going to show you now real quick what it looks like on the student end. So we're going to go into the student side of the classroom. Here's my classroom, and I can see over here on the left-hand side any assignments that I have that are due that I have not completed. So you can see here's the helping verbs assignment. You also see here in the stream that I have a new assignment that was posted for me to do. They can click on either link. It'll take them to the activity. You can see the directions are there for them, and then over here is where they have to click to complete the activity. Okay, so here's the assignment that we created for them. A helping verb does not show action. They can read through the reminders. They can watch the video again if you shared it with them. And then they can type in their answers here. So real quick, just to show you how it looks, students can add in their answers. Okay, they could do the same over here. Okay, again, remember this saves automatically. All changes are saved in Drive. They don't need to do anything to this screen. They can close it out when they are happy with their answers and they're back in their classroom. I can see here it's the student account here. Okay, it's been assigned. They have not turned it in yet. This is important for students to click the turn in button. Again, if they are unsure and they want to double check their work, they can click that. And there's their work. Yep, that's what I did. I will need to turn it in now. And just like that, your students turned in an assignment that you created. If you want to see real quick what it looks like on the teacher end again, I'm going to go back to my stream. I can see now that one student has turned it in. I can click on that activity. I can see who turned it in. I can click on the assignment, and there are her answers. I can grade it right here real quick. I can check her work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She got all 12 correct. If you change the grade value to 12 instead of 100, that might be easier for you. I'm going to go ahead and put in 100% now if you want it in percentage. If you want to add in a comment to your student, you can. And post. Okay, it's not returned, just like we hand back our graded work in class. I want to hand back the graded work in Google Classroom. So I'm going to hit return. And now my student can see the activity that she did and her grade. So if I go back now to the student side, I can see it has been graded. I can see the point value that I got. I can click on the assignment. If my teacher left me any notes, it would be in here as well. I can type in any questions if I want to chat with her, if I was confused. There's so much that you can do with Google Classroom. And I'm still learning things every day, all the time. I'm definitely not an expert. If you have a question, please write it in the comments and I will do my very best to help you out. I hope this helps you. Have a not so wimpy day, friends. Bye-bye.